Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Stick 500, another DCS video. Today we are back in the Hornet, as you can tell, and today I've got some harpoons attached to my Hornet. We're going to do some harpooning and see if we can destroy a small ship out in the middle of the water. So the first thing we got to do is get the jet set up before we take off. Countermeasures on, radar jammer on. Why? Because I don't want to get hit by a missile. Not autopilot off. I need data link on, data link on. Okay, so how to set up the harpoons. This is the important thing we got to do. Unlike everything else on this vehicle, it feels like, you have to set up each harpoon individually. So, master arm on, air to ground mode. Harpoon. We want to go mode, we want to go RBL. We want to go RBL, thank you. Flight, we're going to go 1 medium and skim and seek, clicking this on the bottom until it says small. That's what we're looking at right there. Step, we're going to go mode, RBL, flight low, terminal pop up, seek for small. And now, the two harpoons are set up. One of them is going to fly to medium height and come down. One of them is going to go low, skim the water, and then pop up and come down. Pretty simple stuff as that goes. Now, we got to get in the air. But before we do, we're going to go map over here. We're going to go map and go to C. You can tell it right there. It says C. And now we're going to kick that out to 80. And we should be good to go. So let me get this thing airborne. And I'll see you when we get ready to set everything up when we are much, much closer. Alrighty, guys, welcome back. We are about 80 miles away from the target, which is good, because that's what we have our C radar set to, and that little speck right there is our target. So, we need to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing again. Because we got it in the air, we need to hit air to ground again, master arm is on, go to your harpoons, select them, make sure that they are set up as you want them. Altitude low and pop, altitude medium and skim. Now, we select the other screen. You can tell which up there with the dot. We're going to move our cursor over to where we want it to be over the target. Like, I need to tune this a little bit more. And I gotta do that one better. That one's a little bit better. And lock. And pickle times 2. Alright, so they're off. They're doing what they want to do. So we're going to turn this thing around. Like at a 114. Because I don't need to take care of those anymore. They're going to go where they're going to go here in a minute. And as soon as I get this thing turned around, kick the autopilot back on, I will show you what that is. Like so, autopilot on, and barometric pressure. Barometric altitude. Come on, Snick, you're smarter than that.
Launch additional fighter aircraft.
Roger, commencing attack.
So it's going to do its thing. And now we have our 2 harpoons. One of them is diving down to the deck. And one of them is flying level at about 15,000 feet. They're going to take a few minutes to get where they're going, because they have about that far, 49 miles to go. So I'll see you guys when they get significantly closer. All right, guys, we're about 16 miles away from our missiles hitting the boat. And you got one high, and you got one down there that's low, right? You can see the one down there. The one that's high is flying at 15,000 feet at 572 knots. The one down low is skimming the water. There's the high one. It is flying at 474 kilometers per hour. And 464 knots, and 5,000 feet, below 5,000 feet. And what you're going to see both of them do as they get close to where they want to be, they're going to start to dive down. Well, this one's going to dive down and then skim. The other one's going to dive down and then pop up right before we get to the boat. At least that's the way it should work. First one missed. Again. Alright, the one coming down on low altitude is on its way down. Looks like it's got its target. And one dead speedboat.
Target destroyed.
Now, the other one missed. Had it set up wrong, probably. But generally, that's how I'm going to do this. I'll either be high and firing high or low and firing low. Kind of depends on the size of the target. That being said, guys, that'll do it for this one. Snick 500. I'll see you next one.